I'm Alice Finch, and this year at BrickCon I brought a microscale version of Burg Eltz. It is a castle that has been owned by the same family for over 800 years. At one point it was besieged, but it was never destroyed, so it's in incredibly good condition. I've had the chance to visit it twice, actually, and one of the reasons why I wanted to build it is because it has such an interesting mix of styles. There's a lot of stonework, but even the stonework is varied from one side to the other, and even the roofs are particularly challenging, and the fact that it creates a very lopsided circle, and almost all of it is off stud. And so that is really hard to do when you're trying to make it all work together in the angles. So it's all based on photos that I took myself or a couple postcards just from visiting it.
Yeah, that's amazing. So if you want to take us through and show, you mentioned the different kinds of stonework, maybe how that changes within the build here?
Yeah, sure. So for example, this here, the dark gray, I used tiles and jumpers to make the little grooves because it's actually slate tiles in this section here. Almost all of it is this, what we would use as plates, but this castle itself uses very small stones, not huge chunks of stone like you sometimes imagine, and so that's why I plate built it. One of the favorite things is these actual drill bits for the towers. Round is always hard, especially in microscale, so in this case the drill bit pieces worked really perfectly for that. Another thing is in the back here you've got a lot of the white, sometimes there's stucco, and towers. A lot of people ask, well, why did you make the back building all tan? Well, because that's the way it is. And even on the plate stone, I tried to make the color matching just the right way, because sometimes there's places where it uses a lot more darker stone than the lighter stone, so I even tried to use more brown in the places where it is darker in the actual castle. So.
That's really neat. And when you're starting on a build like this where you're trying to depict it realistically, where did you start with this? And then did you kind of like build out from a certain spot? Yes,
I did. So I started with this section here with the corner towers because it's one of the places where it starts on stud. But it also is a transition in elevation. So one of the other challenges is that because it is a true medieval castle, they just built whatever the natural stone was. The first floor is not the same all the way across. So I had to basically work my way around and make sure that the first floor ended up being the first floor all the way around. So I started there and then kind of adjusted as I went.
And I know you've built a lot of medieval, castle type builds and stuff. What tips would you give to people who might be interested in this type of building and want to do more of this type of building in the future? So in this case, I determined the scale based on some critical parts, and those were the corner towers, because there just aren't that many options. So it either had to be a 1x1, a 2x2, or a 4x4, and so that determined sort of the scale of it. So if you're going to do a microscale building, pick something that is the most difficult part, do that first, and then everything else will fall into place. Mm-hmm. Yeah, good advice. And I noticed down here we've got the little trophy right here. What is this trophy for?
I wasn't here at award ceremony last night, so I don't actually know myself. It says Best Medieval Building. There you go.
There you go. So awesome.
Sounds
Congratulations on that. Yes, that's really cool. And this is such an awesome build. I think it turned out great. Thank you.
Thank you.